Hey, welcome back to RamZland. Today I'd like to demonstrate for you the double replacement reaction between nickel-2 sulfate and sodium hydroxide. Check it out. So start out by adding about 50 milliliters of distilled water to 2 beakers and add 10 grams of nickel-2 sulfate into 1 beaker and 10 grams of sodium hydroxide into your second beaker and mix them thoroughly until both dissolve. Okay, so since this is a double replacement reaction, the minute I add my sodium hydroxide solution to my nickel-2 sulfate solution, you'll start to see sodium sulfate precipitate out as a solid. Check it out. I'm going to start pouring in my sodium hydroxide. Here it comes. Just a little bit. Look at that, just immediately. Here's the nickel-2 sulfate, and then here's the sodium sulfate. I'm going to add a little bit more. Immediately, it starts to precipitate. There's a little more. It's an instant double replacement reaction. And that solid crystal that you see, that's sodium sulfate. Pour the rest of it in there, and you can just see how dense it is. Amazing. Okay, so maybe you're sitting here and thinking, so what? Sodium sulfate, what's the big deal? Well, the next time you use a piece of paper, just remember that sodium sulfate is the pulp. It's the paste that we use to make paper. Or the next time you endorse a paper check, just remember this double replacement reaction, because without sodium sulfate, we wouldn't have the paper pulp to make the paper check that you're endorsing. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of RamZland, and I'll see you next time.